Time goes by, but the laughter stays. You know that kind of laugh that makes your stomach hurt, your eyes tear up, but you wouldn't trade it for anything. The kind of laugh that only happens with old friends. The kind who knew you when you had braces and way too much hair gel. Yeah, that kind. This week, I met up with my childhood friends again, and it felt like time had given our memories a makeover. On the outside, we'd all changed, but on the inside, we were still the same crew of goofy, loud, oversized shirt-wearing, worn-out sneaker types. I got to the place and looked around. One guy was bald, another one had gone completely gray, and one of them walked in limping, and I couldn't tell if it was a bad knee or just for dramatic effect. The conversation started to flow, and so did the nostalgia. Someone said, "Why don't we call more people?" These days, with social media and messaging apps, it's easy. One old photo, one message in the group, and boom, a wave of memories starts rolling. One person replies, another one chimes in, and before you know it, we had a list. We set a date, and they started showing up, one by one. Each face brought back a memory, a smell from another time, a story we hadn't told in years, a nickname that only made sense back then. Honestly, at first it felt like strangers were walking in. One guy passed right by me. Dress shirt, trimmed beard, total corporate look. I thought, this guy must be lost. Wrong event. But nope, it was him, the big guy. Back in school, he had braces and a head so big no hat would ever fit. Then another one arrived, little rounder these days with a laugh straight from a dad joke convention. We used to call him Barrel. Back then, he was skinny as a stick. Next came the sleeper. He walked in yawning, already asking if there was a couch. And of course, she came too. Twig. She was so thin back in school, she could slide between the rows of desks without touching a thing. Now she's got kids and a whole life, but still walks like she could fit through a mail slot. Then he arrived. Mark. Yep, the school heartthrob. Back then, every girl wanted to sit next to him on the field trip. Perfect hair, leather jacket, that movie commercial smile. Today, he's got a belly that shows up before he does. Totally bald, glasses, baggy pants, comfort sandals. A different guy? Not really. Just the unfiltered version. And you know what didn't change? That kind personality. The warm hug, and that sideways grin that made you feel like you mattered. Mark looks different on the outside, but inside, still the same. And some things, not even time or mirrors can erase. Actually, nobody used real names back then. Everyone had a nickname. Your full name, only for roll call. Then, she arrived, dressed to the nines, elegant posture, confident smile, that perfume that announces itself. She walks up and says, "Hey, everyone." We all looked at each other, whispered, "Do you remember her? Was she even in our class?" And she just smiled. "You don't recognize me, huh? I'll let you guess a little." She joined in like she never left, laughed with us, remembered things no outsider could know, until someone said, "No way, that's Michael?" "Yup, Michael, our class clown, always in the middle of the mess, laughing the loudest, giving everyone nicknames. Now, Michelle. Same laughter, same spark, different look. Wearing a killer dress, high heels, and a purse we talked about for 10 minutes. Michelle came in shining and left with everyone in her corner. If anyone had changed on the outside, it was her. But on the inside, still the same unstoppable laugh. We sat down, and of course, the adult questions started. Where are you living now? What do you do? Kids? How many bills a month? But then someone said, "Remember when we locked ourselves in the school bathroom by accident?" Boom. Laughter explosion. Coughing. Table slaps. Tears. And the story started pouring out. Like the time we missed an important game. Why? We lost track of time. We were too busy playing video games, or hiding behind the school wall, or when someone taped over the motion sensor in the classroom. The teacher was in the dark for half an hour. Result? Note sent home. Eternal lecture. Funny how we can't remember what we ate yesterday. But remember every detail of a silly thing from 1994. Then someone had a brilliant idea. "Hey, they've got karaoke here." And oh yes, they did. Beryl sang a romantic song, staring intensely at the waiter. Sleeper tried to sing but yawned during the chorus. Twig sang a sad ballad like she was living a soap opera scene. And Michelle took the mic, struck a pose, danced, belted out a 90s hit with full choreography and falsetto. People filmed it. Some couldn't stop laughing. One dropped their phone. And right there, in that glorious off-key mess, we realized shared embarrassment is the purest form of friendship. Time to leave. Someone said, let's take a selfie to remember this. Simple, ha. Beryl's phone wouldn't flip the camera. Twig's could only fit two faces. Big Head said, let me try. I've got the longest arm. Result, a blurry shot of his forehead, half of Michelle, and no one else. Blinking. Someone tripping. Awkward laughs. And the best picture? The messiest one. But perfect, because that chaos was us. What hit me the most? Everyone there had been through so much. Marriages, divorces, kids, moves, goodbyes. But when we looked at each other, we didn't see the losses. We saw the kids who used to trade stickers, who cried over broken toys, who laughed at nothing. That simple get-together showed something powerful. Childhood friendships don't expire. They just stay tucked in some little corner of your heart. And when you reconnect, it's like no time passed at all. Then someone raised their glass. Let's promise this won't be a one-time thing. No waiting 20 years again. Even if it's just online, let's keep it going. Everyone agreed, smiling, teary-eyed. That's when the group was born. We made a shared social media profile and opened a group chat. The name? Something ridiculous, of course, Recess Survivors. Or the Almost Expelled. And there we were, trading old photos, voice messages, silly memes, life updates, even from miles apart. Each message made it feel like we were all back at the same table again. Because time goes on, but the urge to laugh together always finds a way back. Just when we thought it was over, Mark, the ex-heartthrob, stopped, turned back. Wait up, guys. I've got something. He reached into his jacket pocket, the one barely closing over his belly. Everyone expected keys or his wallet, but no. He pulled out a crumpled photo. Found this in a box the other day. Thought you'd like to see it. It was old, faded, all of us together, weird haircuts, ugly clothes, real smiles. Everyone stared. Then came the reactions. Oh wow, my face. Why am I wearing socks with sandals? Oh no, Twig had braces and bangs. And Michael? Sorry, Michelle. That photo said everything we tried to say all night. Time changes a lot, but some things stay, like who we were, and who, in some way, we still are. Then Mark added, by the way, did anyone lose something at school back in the day? Everyone turned, curious. It was silly, he said. I looked for it for days. Turns out I'd hidden it in my backpack and forgot. He reached into his other pocket and pulled out an old eraser. Bitten, smudged, smelled like childhood. Here it is. If anyone wants it back, still kind of works. We laughed, because that was it. We hadn't just found old friends. We'd found little pieces of ourselves, forgotten in some pocket of time. And if this story made you smile, if it made you think of someone from back then do this. Like this audio. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. What's the craziest memory you've ever shared with your childhood friends? And of course, if someone came to mind while listening, send this to them. Even if you haven't talked in ages. Even if they live far away. Because sometimes, all a friendship needs is one good story to come back to life. Catch you on the next episode. Or who knows, at the next reunion.